Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 280 of Sold with Updike Pugh.
I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh, and today we have a really great house, really close to Adrian, around the corner from him at 10228 Timber Trail, remodeled and pool and ready for move-in.
It's a cool house. And in our second segment today, we're going to talk about what does the National Association of Realtors settlement actually mean to buyers and sellers.
It might be surprising.
It is. I have gotten that question probably no less than 2 times at every event, every major event that I've been to.
I would agree
where
with
there's like new people.
And then people are surprised when we tell them what we know about it.
Yeah.
Well, what is going on in trends and products that we've seen online?
Oh my gosh. So I found a couple of things that I thought the first thing that I wanted to talk about was these LED metal strip lights. And so those are ready to be put in to a wall. You can actually put them in the wall if you want to have an open groove for the light, or you can just mud those right into your plaster.
I think that is a really interesting product. I would like to see it used sparingly, but I think that the opportunities for that in hallways and accent lighting could be really strong. I think it would be interesting to see that done on the side of trims around doorways to kind of highlight as you enter into something. Also around built-in bookcases. We toured a house this week, and I think that blue office with some of this done in an edited format would be a gorgeous element.
Would be.
And the other thing that we want to talk about is the almighty measurer. As you can tell, this is a really quick and easy way to not always have to have someone on the other end open this and hold it straight for you. Not only can it take and pull out, but it can actually shoot the line for you. So it helps you on those high and low places that are difficult to get to.
Helps you with making sure everything is level. It's got cross beam level, whatever.
Laser level.
Thank you. Yeah. Which I thought was really pretty cool, especially when you're hanging pictures, and that would go a long way with me.
For us, this is an essential when it comes to taking measurements of our listings.
And the last thing we want to talk about is called the Glow Right. Now, this is another LED lighting product, but it's a little bit different because these are LED bars that come in 3 different sizes. They look super, super easy to install. They are battery operated. And the cool thing is a lot of these have motion detectors on them.
The motion detector element is what I think draws me to these, because I see these being a really great asset to put in a bathroom. So rather than having to turn on the light in the evenings or at night when you get up, this would be a really great way to kind of light the way. Also, if you have little ones, this would be a really cool way for them to have, light down the hall and not.
It would be.
So for me, this is a win. It's funny because I feel like right now you selected 2 lighting things. I feel like you must be in a lighting mood. I feel like your house is about to have some new lighting done to it. I feel like everyone is being. You're finding out what Jeff has done research on.
So let's talk about Market Watch this week.
Well, things are changing. Well, we kind of expected this. So this is what we're looking at in the last 7 days here in Dallas. And coming soon is ticked down. And I would have to say that probably is because this is a last push for summer holidays. We are coming up towards school starting. Things get a little quiet, but the activity, we've got a +7 on that, which is 36 units, which is a really great cycle we like. Option period is a little bit down. That's not to be, this is a cyclical 30-day period, which typically has this happen. This is nothing to be alarmed about. Down 20 units to 278.
And in pending contracts, they were down about 4%. There were still 106 homes that went from a previous status to pending last week. And then solds, actual closings, were up by 19% in the last 7 days in Dallas County. There were 366 homes that closed last week. Mortgage rates are changing. We went to Optimal Blue, and average mortgage rate last week was 6.399, which is down about 1/3 of a point.
I would say if you are thinking about it, get to a lender and make a decision so you know what your money can get you. Because it could be a huge push again in Q4.
It could, and I think a lot of what we're seeing is because the Fed talked the other day about
Yes.
they might have a rate hike in September, and then there was unemployment has gone up just a little bit to 4.3%, which is still almost considered economically almost full employment, and that has caused the market. I think the Federal Reserve Chairman has already come out and said it's possible that we could do a large rate hike in September. So it might, large would be a half a point, I think.
That's still a good number.
But we're seeing that already. I mean, the lenders and the bond markets see that really come to fruition, and I think that's why we're seeing a lot of those interest rates come down right now.
Trying to get ahead of it.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Time to think about it.
It will.
Time to think about it. Well, let's go ahead and jump into 10228 Timber Trail Drive. This is a cute home, remodeled and move-in ready.
And it is in a very, very desirable location. As Weston said earlier, Adrian lives about a half a block away. We have friends throughout that neighborhood. These are really good friends of ours. And it is such a convenient area. You're right off of Walnut Hill and Marsh. One of the favorite things that I've learned about, and now I've learned that I am probably one of the last ones to learn about it, is this really cool restaurant around the corner called Taco El Metro.
Taco El Metro. I had their tacos just the other day. They are really great. Is it on the second floor or is it on the first floor?
First floor.
It's on the first floor of the shopping center?
It's right next door to the Step It Up Lounge.
Have you been to Step It Up?
No, we were
Jason
joking.
was trying to make me go there the other night. I didn't want to. I want a group to go.
No, yeah, that's exactly the way it was with we were kind of all sitting around. We're like, okay, well, nobody's been in, but anyway.
Anyway, we digress. Taco Metro, it is a win. Go in there and check it out. And while you're checking that out, let's talk about El Ranchero.
El Rancho is right across the street, and this is a Latin-oriented grocery store that I love getting my produce there, and it is always fresh. The avocados are always ready; they're always ripe and ready to make that day, and you get such a variety of seafood and meat preparation, and I really enjoy going there.
So I am a tortilla snob. Everyone knows that when I eat, I have to have tortillas and they have to be done right. This is one of the few locations over by the eggs you can get raw tortillas. Put them on the comal, put them on your cast iron skillet. They cook up amazingly. If you plan ahead and do it right, you can pick up barbacoa taco and raw tortillas on Friday, and they will be ready for you on Sunday morning. Things to think about. And they have a wonderful meat counter. Please check them out. They are wonderful. And last but not least, North Haven Trail.
North Haven Trail. So I pulled this map up to show you this is an 11-minute walk from this house to Merrill and the North Haven Trail.
Which is nothing.
And that opens up, if you're a walker, you can choose to walk 2.5 miles up, 2.5 miles back if you want to get your 5 miles in. We have ridden that trail, from one end to the other. It's 18 miles round trip, and you do it in about an hour, 16 miles round trip. You do it in about an hour and 10, hour and 15 minutes, and it is a great, great cardio workout.
You're bound to run into Brian Johnson and Jack Black. They'll be on the trail as well.
Yep.
And if you want to cross over because you're really training for the Olympics, go ahead and cross over 75 at Royal. Head south, and you can go around White Rock Lake and head back up. That's a decent route.
I plotted it out from the YMCA and going from the YMCA all the way over, going around White Rock Lake and coming back to the YMCA is 32 miles.
Not going to do it. Let me know how that goes.
With a little training, it can be done.
Nah, I'm going to play pickleball.
And I kind of brushed over something earlier. I jumped into these places too soon because we didn't talk about. I talked about how convenient it is, but we didn't really go into detail about location.
So let's pull that map back up, and we want to show you what we mean by convenient in this area. So this is actually just to the north of Love Field, which is you don't realize how lucky we are to have that. And then also you're equal distance almost to 635, which makes it really great to wrap around.
And this, we've talked about how Dallas is really good at having the north-south and the east-west streets that run the distance of at least Dallas County. And Royal Lane is one of those. Walnut Hill is one of those. Both of those run east and west. This is right off of Lemon, right off of Marsh, which goes all the way into Carrollton. And it's a really easy commute wherever you got to be.
I would agree with that. I live just around the corner from here as well. So this is one of my favorite sides of town. So without further ado, let's jump in and take a look at 10228 Timber Trail.
So this is a really, really mid-century, I'm not going to say modern, because I don't know that it really leans too much that style, but it is a mid-century home that has been lovingly restored by the previous owners. They really did a lot of the heavy lifting on it. They put a new roof on it. It has since had another new roof on it due to a hailstorm. The inside, I really like the way it's open, yet it's intimate.
That's a good way to put it, because I feel like so many homes can get a little out of flow, but this house works perfectly. I feel like if you had people over, you would not just get stuck in the kitchen because of the way this house opens both inside and outside. Easy for dining and entertaining, as you can see here. It is a really, as Jeff said, open floor plan. They've done a good job of putting in the LED lights in here as well. One of the other things too is one of the heavy lifting items is they've done new windows throughout this house.
And one of the things that's really kind of changed the style of it was they replaced all of the window sashes, or lintels, I think is what they're called on the outside, with cast stone.
It adds just a little bit more of a refinement. This is a really good eat-in kitchen, as you can see here. Whether you're dining or sitting at the bar, we've got lots of space for you. Really great natural light. One of the things that they've done is also the appliances are all stainless steel, Whirlpool, gas as well. So it has it's an eat-in, but it's also a cook, or if you're a food blogger, this would be the type of kitchen that presents the backsplash for really good content.
And just off of the kitchen is a laundry room that is an oversized laundry room. And I've been to parties at this house with a lot of people. What it is, it makes the perfect bar environment. If you've got a professional bartender that comes in, they have a little table thing that they put across the doorway, and it's perfect.
The other thing too is I like this window that's right there by that sink, because it actually looks into the backyard. If it like you were saying, a party, it would be a really great way to pass things through there for like a sidebar if that was set up. But it works really well because, as you can see, it does open outdoors and really creates that indoor-outdoor space, which is what so many of today's buyers are looking for.
Yeah, we talk about that a lot, and I really think this house has done that well.
And from this vantage point, you actually get to see both the dining room, the hallway, and then also the front door, and just around there is the living room. Turning around with the utility behind us, this actually looks into the pool area. The dining room will be on the right, and then a little hot tub will be on the left.
And here's the laundry room I was talking about a while ago. So you could tell it makes a great pantry, full-size washer and dryer. It provides a great space for help.
And you can see this is bedroom 1 of 3, and you've done a really great job of making a nice little office out of this one. Perfect floor plan for this. And this is the hall bath that separates bedroom 1, 2. And it's a really good step-in tub, a nice tile on the backsplash, really well done and easily configured.
And this is is this the master bedroom? That's the second bedroom. I know, I was like, that looks like the master bedroom. But this is the second bedroom, and really just beautiful. Both of these bedrooms, this is the master bedroom. Both of these are really generous sized rooms. And I don't know which we were looking for this.
And then this looks back into the master bedroom, bathroom right there. One of the great things about this one is it has plenty of windows. The other photo you saw had corner windows. This is transom window. Funny thing is that's the front porch just there on the other side. But you can see everything is perfectly laid out and great spacing on this. Makes it a really well-placed one.
So here's the kind of the pièce de résistance is what I'm looking for the outside. 450 square feet of covered outdoor living space.
So we have As Jeff was saying, both living, I would call it a living room, dining as well. And you can see this as we pivot back. There's a really great hot tub that was purchased in 2020. It is a saltwater and seats 6. And all of the pool mechanics are behind that, which is really great because it allows you to have everything in the front that you want to see and then everything that you don't want in the back. There's also a TV that you're able to view from this. This is just a really great element that allows this outdoor space to be used year round and in the morning or in the evening.
Yeah, and slate flooring out there, so it does have a finished feel to it. When they installed this Riverbend pool, the previous owners installed this pool, they had these paver stones around the side of it that really add to the modern style of the pool. They've got really great fountains. Christopher has this set up where it is on a WaterGuru system, which is a wireless pool monitoring system that monitors your chemicals, and it tells you in the app exactly what you need to add to your pool.
So your pets also have green space, which is really great because a lot of people get frustrated when the pool takes up the entire yard. There you can also see what is the other side of the garage. Since this is a corner lot, you see how much more space you get. But one of the great things about this garage is that it is oversized. So you've got your traditional 2-car garage right there, but you have this additional space that would be wonderful to be converted into a little cabana. This is also fully insulated as well. And as you can see, plenty of lighting. So the electrical is there. So if you have a dream, this is a really great way to make a grab and add even additional value to this home.
So this is 10228 Timber Trail Drive. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 2-car garage built in 1955. It's a little over 1,700 square feet, priced at $725,000, which brings us in about $430 a square foot.
So this house is also just going live. We will also have it as an open house on Sunday from 1 to 3. So come by, say hello, and let us know what you think about this house.
And with that, we'll be right back.
Did you know there are a lot of ways you can keep up with us? For starters, every Wednesday at noon, we host Sold with Updike Pugh, live from our Facebook and YouTube channels. Our show is dedicated to featuring some of the best homes in the Dallas market and about sharing timely information about market trends. But don't worry if you missed the show, because you can always listen to them on SoundCloud, iTunes, and Spotify.
Still want more? Follow us on Instagram, where you get a first-hand look at what it's like to be a realtor. It's not always previewing homes for clients or getting them ready to go live in MLS. Lastly, visit our website and you'll be able to create a custom home search tailored specifically to your wants and needs that's timely and accurate. Whether it's square foot, location, or the neighborhood, we have you covered.
If you'd like to know how much your home is worth, we can help with that too. Just visit homeprice.fyi, enter a few pieces of information like your home address, and we'll email you a price. When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be realtors for life.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the second segment, episode 280 of Sold with Updike Pugh. I'm Jeff Updike.
I'm Weston Pugh. And this next segment, I know have heard a little bit in the news. It's what the NAR settlement means for home buyers and for sellers.
And I get probably no less than 2 questions at every group thing that I go to asking about this.
And Texas is a little bit different because we established buyer representation agreements decades ago.
Yeah.
And that's not the case. And I think that that's one of the biggest misnomers, is that is not the case in all other 50 states.
That's correct.
And so because of that, I think that's why this punch happened and will feel different in other areas of the country than it does here. Because a lot of these things we got close to, but we didn't always do every time. And we're going to go over that.
And Texas has always kind of been a leader in some of these things in terms of consumer responsibility. I mean, I feel like the Real Estate Commission has always done a really good job in protecting the consumers. There are really 5 main things to think about because of this agreement. And the first is that If you're a buyer and your agent is using MLS, you will need to sign a written buyer representation agreement before looking at any property.
Before. And that's the big thing, because that was always something that was done. But typically we would always give people like one ride around just to kind of get a feel for it. But now this is critical to be established up front. It's really important because this is when you're going to learn what an agent is going to provide and what expectations there are. And it will help that make the transition so much easier.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we've always done is, that we would continue doing is, if you're uncomfortable committing to a long relationship with us from a buyer representation agreement perspective, we are going to have you sign a buyer rep agreement just for the houses we show you, so that we remain legal. And that's the point. If you decide you don't want to work with us, you have the opportunity to go on and do something different.
One of the other changes that they've added to this is this buyer representation must also be signed in virtual. So it was before we were just doing it in real time, but now they're adding it into virtual, which makes sense, because if you think about it, how many times do we have clients that are either being brought from other agents virtually, or we're actually helping clients? It happens probably 1 in 5.
Yeah, I would agree. The kind of third point is, you don't have to have a buyer representation agreement signed if you're just looking at an open house, or you're just talking to an agent, talking to a real estate agent. You're not, at that point, you've not established a relationship yet, and it's not until you begin asking that agent to actually take you out and start showing stuff.
Yeah, that would ruin an open house. It's already hard enough to get people to sign up.
Yeah.
All right. One of the other things that we want to hit on is that commissions continue to be completely negotiable. This is something that has in Texas has always been established as negotiable. So that's not anything that's really out of the norm. I will say that typically it's a 3 and a 3.
Yeah. So when you're finding an agent to work with, one of the most important things is to ask them about these written agreements and find out what have them send it to you blank. We're always happy to send one to you filled out that would just be for that one time, or for our longer term lifetime of work.
We hope you found this information. It's a little different, but it's not too much. And if you have any other questions, just let us know. We'd be happy to help you out.
And with that,
and
just remember, we want to be your realtors for life.
When you're ready to talk real estate, you can reach us online, by phone, or by text at 214-377-2223.
And remember, we want to be your realtors for life.